everyone. Welcome to LexTalk World Talk Show presented by ClickAway Creators. Today we have someone really special. Today we have Dr. Yasser Aboismail with us. And Dr. Yasser Aboismail is an international legal counsel, an experienced leader, and a true business partner who believes in influencing and partnering with executive leaders to accelerate global business goals and build a culture of integrity. He's an expert in providing business friendly and effective solutions to manage and mitigate legal, business, and operational risks arising from various commercial contracts, competition, and antitrust related matters. He has also been on our advisory board, and he was also a guest of honor in the LexTalk World Conference that was concluded in the month of March 2022. So it's really a pleasure to have him here. So now, without further ado, let's dive into more about him. So, hello, Dr. Yasser. How are you? And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure really to be with you today. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, and I hope that we can add value, by sharing some thoughts and experience with our peers and friends in the legal industry. Thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you so much, sir. Pleasure is all ours. Now, moving forward, please tell us about a complex legal measure that you worked on and also describe the complexity and tell us how you approached it.
Okay, it's a very interesting question. Maybe I can share with you the most complex mission that any lawyer or any business leader may have ever. Okay, so here I'm talking about changing specific culture or improving the culture within your organization. It's not really related only to the company that I work for proudly today, but I can tell you every single company would require this type of mission, which is improving culture, changing culture toward really the best for the best interest of the company. As a lawyer, I think not only me, all lawyers are gifted with certain skills, and we are responsible of using our skills really to add value to our organizations and our businesses. In Schindler, I got great opportunities to influence the culture on both levels, legal, commercial, and the compliance level. And my role here was at the beginning is really to have a proper analysis of, for example, how we manage contracts. Okay, and contract at the end of the day, you can translate it into money, dollar value for the stakeholders. And the stakeholders are not only the shareholders of the company. We talk here about the employees, we talk about the owners, the management, the suppliers and vendors. So all the stakeholders are relying on a company like Schindler to be successful and to continue developing. And by focusing on how we manage contract, about our commercial acumen and commercial culture within the company, in my opinion, this would bring a huge value. And it's very tough. Why? Because people normally they push for any change, especially when it touches the culture. If you'd like to change a process, okay, this can be easy. It's just a few steps that you are going to change. But to make it as a culture means that people believe in it and see something in it for them to apply. This is in itself, it's a quite big mission. It requires that, first of all, you understand the culture of the people that you deal with. You need to understand they are coming from where, why they manage contract in that way. What's really their motivation? Whether plus or minus, it doesn't matter. You need to understand it as is, and you need to find the improvement opportunities. And the most important piece is how to sell it. So let's say I have a good change to introduce to the company. It doesn't mean that this change will sell itself to the audience, will sell itself to the stakeholders. I remember a discussion between me and one of my team members at the very early stage in my working with Schindler, where we were discussing the commercial excellence program that we will develop for the company. At that time, he said, yeah, I'm sure that within a couple of months, we will be able to introduce the changes that we need to apply to the contract management system that we have. And I told him, okay, I may have a different opinion. Here we talk about 2-3 years, not 2-3 months. And it was a big surprise for him. I told them at that time, it's not really about the process, it's about the culture, which it will take time. How we will develop a business-friendly changes that people can see something in it for them to apply. In addition, how you will sell it to them to be part of their daily operations. So we designed the process, the changes that we expect, and this required us to understand the business first. So we had to have quality time to understand the business, speaking with all the stakeholders, listening to their pain points, understanding what's really motivating them to follow the process today, and what kind of improvement we can introduce, which means that you are trying to help them to get the solution out from within, right? So you are motivating them to think about the solutions, how they can improve their business. Then once we have the solution there, it's all about also educating everyone about the changes that we introduced and helping them to apply it and give it enough time for people to understand how it can help them to improve their results and be close to them, to listen to their pain and their concerns, because every new change would come with issues. And if you are not close enough to the business people to listen to their experience and to learn how to improve it, I always say that I have my workshop with me, my toolbox, it's already in my pocket. So whenever you have a problem, I'm ready to set up the scene and to discuss with you about how we can solve the problem, how we can improve it. So this was very, in my opinion, very complex job, because it took us, as we expected, at least 3 to 4 years to set up the right commercial culture. And today, I can claim that we don't have, or we don't sign bad contract. Bad contract here means one-sided contract that doesn't consider Schindler interest at all. Okay, so we can say that our people, they are more commercially savvy. Our people, they are more risk takers, and they are more, in my opinion, actively managing the risk, which is, in my opinion, the tech here, right? Ticking the box, ticking the whole objective of changing and improving the commercial culture within our organization. This is a quite complex one, and it can never be easy. I'm glad that I shared this with you and with the audience, because it's a quite interesting journey that you have and you leave behind as a legacy.
Absolutely. I mean, that was indeed a complex legal mission that you actually worked on. So, and thank you so much for, elaborating your answer in such a manner. So, and moving forward, what kind of improvement does the judicial system requires in general in order to boost the economic system?
Okay, it's a quite tricky question. If I can elaborate on what does it mean, what's the link between the judicial system and economies? At the end of the day, economies can be boosted by what? By the motivation of investors to invest in markets, right? In the industries. And this can happen only when they feel safe and they feel comfortable and they feel confident that whatever contract they will sign, it will bring them the values that they are anticipating from this investment. And if they got a dispute, they will be able to get their rights quickly. So we call it here the fast justice, right? So they will be able to get the justice on time. This is very important. And with that, you boost the economy. So this is the link between improving the judicial system and boosting the economies by giving more confidence to the investors that you are safe, you can have stable contractual relationships with the players in this market, and there is enough law enforcement tools and measures that you can use so that you can save your legal interest and business interest as well. Today, if I talk about in general the MENA judicial systems, which vary in terms of development and progression and digitization, each system is in a different stage in the development journey. But I would say that we have still, in general, a long way, to cope with all this vulnerability and all this volatility that we are experiencing around us. okay, to gain really the highest level of trust from the investors in our markets, I think we need a quite big push from the judicial system to gain to help investors to get this comfort. Speed, I think it's a big era, right? It's a big opportunity. Still, you know, I always calculate before I go to the court in any country in MENA, how long it will take, how much it will cost me. And it would be a pity that I would say, you know what, I'm not going to approach the court. I'm going to waive my right because the time, I cannot afford the time and I cannot afford the cost. This is in itself, it's a big issue because at a certain point of time, one investor would say, why I would come here if I know that it's very difficult that I take my right. Contracts are full of disputes by nature, right? So parties, they sign contracts based on a common interest. Once you start the execution, each party start to develop his own theory about the common interest that they had before. So you need, in my opinion, an agile judicial system that can provide a timely support in not in a costly way, so that it can help both parties to achieve their targets, going back on track and execute contract. If we don't have this level of stability, if we don't have this level of agility and speed in handling disputes and the conflicts between parties, I think it's going on the other direction, right? So it really pushed the investors away, and at the end of the day, it really take the economies down. So I hope I answered your question.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for for guiding and providing such great valuable information. And I do believe that this will actually bring certain changes. And now moving forward, now let's talk something about the technology. So in the era of legal technology, what are the most commonly used tools for you?
Okay, so I think what we all use, right? It's the Microsoft Office tools, right? The Word, the Excel, the PowerPoint. What I'm trying now to explore further is about how to leverage this technology really to accelerate our results, to add more efficiency level to our daily legal operations. What we suffer in general when you talk about legal/business, right? In construction business, it's about what? It's about making sure that you have enough documentation. For construction business, it's the long-term project-based business for 2-3 years and sometimes can take more. So having a proper collaboration platform where all business players can discuss business opportunities, discuss risk and discuss comments, and making sure that they are de-risking and front-loading their business, agreeing on the final version of the contract that they are willing to sign, making sure that all the stakeholders have given enough chance to share comments, approvals, thoughts, and sign the contract on such digital platform. This, I think, something would be very important now to all players in the market. So we have tried to find this from the available solutions, and we approached big players in the tech market, to understand what kind of solutions they have for managing documents, for managing workflows, for e-signatures, and so on. And we found that whatever we will get from the big players, it's amazing solution for sure, but might not be 100% customized to fit our needs. That's why we went, in my opinion, in a very nice journey with another service provider, amazing partner who was willing to adjust and to customize their systems to fit our needs as Schindler. So, and finally, we got what we aim, right? So we got a solution today that help us as a collaboration platform for all the business stakeholders to negotiate and discuss comments and tracking all the changes we have in our documentation, automatically archiving all the relevant documents and emails, signing contracts with their electronic signature tool. And hopefully in the next level, we will try to add also the AI system to help us in reviewing contracts, making quick and accurate analysis of our legal documentation. So it's step by step. Okay, so this is a product that I'm so proud of, because it took us 18 months to develop this software with our service provider, and we are about to launch it now, and hopefully it will bring the added value that we expected from these tools.
That's really amazing to know. And technology, it's actually part of each and everything that we do on our daily basis. So yeah, I mean, we all need to be a part of it, willingly or unwillingly. So yeah, and moving forward, as you all know, that time is money in any profession, and in legal is most of all. So how do you ensure to make the best use of your time as a lawyer?
Amazing question. So now, best use means that I'm investing my time, right, in this company. And here we can link it with being a business partner with my business colleagues to achieve our common goal. So the best use of my time is to act as a true business partner. And it all starts from the business needs. At the end of the day, I am a business person, happen to be a lawyer from a legal background. So my role in the company is to do business, is not to do legal. I'm doing business from a legal perspective, and it should be the same for other functions. The finance guy, he's a business player from a finance perspective, and so on. So how I'm using my time, how I'm dedicating my time to serve the business, in my opinion, first, by learning the business. This is the starting point, because without learning the business, understanding their needs, their pain points, their concerns, in my opinion, my service would be a bit limited at the end of the day. I'm giving them uncustomized service, right, which doesn't fit. So the starting point is to learn the business. Second, finding the opportunities where you can add value with all the functions, with the supply chain, with the sales, with the marketing, with the HR, with the operations. Each function would have a need, and it's my role not to wait until someone figure out that yeah, let me use our legal department for this task or this task. No, my role is to leave my seat and to partner with other functions and try to find opportunities, how I can add value to their daily operations, to their daily activities. And I can tell you, everyone need really the legal support in a way or another. To the extent that when I elevate my let's say profile of supporting the company, sometimes you would reach out to me to discuss business topics, not legal topics. Why? Because they are trying to bring my mind on the table and try to help them, let's say, in putting things in order, thinking logically, using my analytical or strategic thinking skills to improve the plan that they are working on, even if there is no legal aspect on it. Then putting targets and objectives that would really add the value expected, from your department. At the end of the day, the whole company is for what? It's for making profits and generating value for all the stakeholders, as we agreed, right? So my objectives need to be linked to that. So if I would write now my objectives, this is what I'm doing every year. Okay, so what would be my first priority is supporting the growth of the company. There are a lot of growth initiatives and hurdles and obstacles. So supporting our growth objective journey, this is, in my opinion, will be the first objective to focus on through tackling all the daily issues that we have, including for example, the pandemic issues, the war consequences in our business, the shipping crisis that we have. All these are obstacles in front of our growth. So my role is to suggest solutions and to work with our business team, to elevate them in this special period. Second would be also having a functional excellence objective. How I can improve my function, elaborate my function, develop my function in a way that can be best in class, business friendly, commercially savvy, and can be very close to the business to add the value that we need. Developing our people, developing our lawyers. This is very important, right? So having the right operationalization level for my function. I always say that legal is not just a support function. Legal is an operational function. So I need to operationalize my function. I need to measure my KPIs. I measure my performance. I need to measure the money value that I'm adding to my organization. I need to measure my efficiency. Okay, so this would be my functional excellence objective. Then I talk about developing and building the capabilities of my organization. This will be my third objective. What does it mean? Lawyers have nice exposure to many topics and to many problems. So they have endless source of learning, endless source of development and accumulating experience. I need to use this gift to give it back to my business team. I need to help them always to do it better. I need to, instead of only focusing on the task, I need to make sure that I spend enough time with them to teach them, to coach them, to raise their standards and their skills. And with that, I help them to get better every day through trainings, through coaching, through mentoring, through daily interactions. I also prefer that I extend the job, any job I'm doing, by 10 minutes. I always say these 10 minutes are for the training on the job. So you ask me a question, and instead of just giving you the answer and to close it here, I'd rather that we extend 10 minutes in every job so that I ensure you get the maximum benefit out of this job. So you understand why I shared with you this opinion, what other options that you may have, and how you can apply it, helping you to apply the advice that I got you on your daily activities. And with that, you get the complete service. This is, in my opinion, the best use of my time, acting as a business partner, acting as a true investor in my company and in the people of my company.
That was again, amazingly explained, Dr. Yasser. And now, thank you so much for sharing such great insights with us. And we look forward to having a chat with you again in the future on some of the trending topics in the international legal space. So for our viewers, if you like this chat with Dr. Yasser Aboismail, please like and share this video and also subscribe to ClickAway Creators YouTube channel to appreciate what we do. And you have more coming from the legal space. So this is Nikhil for LexTalk World signing off.